welcome back, everybody, to We Can't Pick a Title podcast. This is JT right over here.
And BG.
Yay! And lo and behold, we got an awesome special guest here, and I was going to say in the studio, but technically virtually in the studio. That counts. Yeah. You know, so we have a longtime buddy of mine, good buddy of mine. We used to roll around together and get all sweaty.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Wrestling, doing wrestling, you know, oiled up a little bit, but you know,
just a little bit,
just for lube. You got to have some lube in there, right? So, we used to wrestle together in junior high and high school a little bit. I don't know. By that time, I got into drugs and drinking.
I think it was grade 8, grade 9 for you, and it was like grade 10 for me, kind of thing. And
that
was a long time ago, man.
Scary long time ago. My old bones, I'd hit the mat now, just purple up. Yeah, it'd be done. Yeah. So, welcome to the podcast, and thanks for coming. And
thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem.
Hey, are you going to introduce them or just tell us all?
I didn't say a name.
No.
This is the amazing, the talented, the hardworking Rob Perry. Yay! We'll add in some fanfare sound effects there, for it. And a big part of it, Rob's here today. We want to talk about Black Gold Brute Obstacle Course race. That he's doing. Let's say Drayton Valley, Alberta. We're in BC here, so not to get anybody too. I mean, if you want to travel from Cortez to Drayton, I'm sure you're not going to kick anybody out.
We'll take you. Yeah, I was going to see if you guys wanted to come as well, but
you fly us out, and we can do a live episode from. It'd just be all huffing and puffing. Nothing would come through.
That'd be great. Awesome. That'd be fun. That'd be so much fun.
So when is it?
So it's June 17th, so we are 10 days away.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And that we wanted to do this a little bit earlier, but that was sort of my bad. I got a little mixed up on my dates. So, short notice, sometimes it puts some pressure on people, and then they really, show up for it. And,
yeah. We've got good enrollment so far. We've got good volunteer numbers so far. So
awesome.
I think all in total so far, we're sitting probably about 200 people will be doing the run. So
that's really good.
Participants already. That's amazing. So is there age limitation or?
So
tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So long and short of it, you guys were there at the very first obstacle course race that I ever did, the Spartan Run. You guys did the Spartan race same time as I did. It said the T-shirt thing said you'll know at the finish line, and I've been doing them ever since.
Nice.
I have not. We'll say
that's okay. That's okay.
I slightly bowed out.
You can always jump back into it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, but so that was like 10 years ago now. So it was a long time ago, and I've been doing them ever since. And I've traveled a lot for them. And I wanted to bring one to Drayton Valley. About 6 years ago, I came up with a concept for it. I know, Jay, that you actually had suggested some stuff on Facebook way back in the day there when we first suggested it. It finally come to fruition. We have now got a race, and 6 months ago I walked into the Omniplex and said, hey, I want to do an obstacle course race. They said, okay, when do you want to do it?
That's perfect.
Yeah, this was the only weekend that there wasn't something going on at the Omniplex, and I said, Kate, let's book it. Let's do it. So
is it indoor or is it outdoor? Or?
No, so it's going to be 10 kilometers worth of obstacles.
Wow.
So awesome. You guys know where the Omniplex is. So in Drayton Valley, there's the Omniplex, and then there's a park that goes up towards the IGA, and then it's going to come right back down to the Omniplex, through the park that's across the way from there, and then all around the ball diamond. So it's just under 10 kilometers, but there's a couple obstacles that could make it a little bit longer. So,
So that's I saw 25 obstacles. So it said on the site.
Yeah, originally it was 25 obstacles. We're up to 34 now.
Holy,
as you dream it up, you just keep coming up with more.
Yeah, and my better half, Amanda, she basically told me, I think it was about a week and a half ago, she said, no more.
Yeah, pencils down.
We got to get through what we've got right now.
Yeah,
so
because setup and teardown is anybody who's done any production of any kind of an event knows that's going to be monumental. You have a lot of volunteers, or
yeah, we're sitting pretty good for volunteers. We could always use some more, and I mean race day, the day before, that kind of thing. The teardown, I'm not too worried about because it's all just going into a storage unit, but. Setting it up, it's going to take a little bit of time and, going through the course on Saturday morning to make sure everything is ready to go. But yeah, like I said, 34 obstacles, and some of them are pretty big builds. Last couple days we've finished off some pretty big ones. So
it's exciting.
It's coming. It's so cool.
Do you guys have special names for the obstacles yet, or do you think those will come over time?
So we've kind of developed the concept because Black Gold Brute, our mascot is the burly looking guy, Biggie Brute.
Based off of me, I assume.
It's pretty close, dude. It's actually really awesome.
Squish a hard hat onto me.
Yeah, let's do this. See?
That's great.
It's like a Viking. I love it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So but yeah, we've got a lot of sort of the same concept as other obstacle course races, obviously, because those concepts work. But we've created our own. We've got obstacle called Hangout, which is a monkey bar from hell. It's going to be a tough one. We've got spider webs to go through. We've got one called, Biggie's Beard, and it's going to be a giant cargo net. It's 50 feet by 20 feet that you got to crawl under. So, the concepts they've been coming to our heads. We've had people suggest things, and we've said, let's do that. And now it's go time.
If you build it, they will come, sort of deal, right?
I'm really hoping so. I'm hoping that Kevin Costner had something,
some mojo in there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow, that's so cool.
So one thing I really like, I saw on the site that part of the volunteer thing is to be able to offer sort of assistance and stuff to people. And I've never heard of that with any obstacle course race ever.
No. Normally, when you go to an obstacle course race, if you don't complete it, they say, you got burpees, and that's their mentality, right? So what I wanted to do, my oldest son, he's actually got, it's called hydrocephalus. It's water on the brain. So he was told, he could never do things like football. He couldn't do wrestling. He couldn't do those big, contact sports.
Right.
But the Spartan race way back in the day, they said, come on out, do the run.
Right.
So, I helped them through that. And the whole concept now is that whether you have a mental or physical disability, or whether you just don't think you can do an obstacle, we want to help out. So we've got a couple volunteers that have already signed up and said, we will run with a person if they want help.
Wow. That's so great.
Yeah, and all of the volunteers at each of the stations, I'm going to tell them, hey, if this person can't do the obstacle, but they want to, give them a hand.
Yeah, hey, wow, that's so great.
Yeah.
I got a lump in my throat over here.
Oh, she's crying over there.
Love you, Bobby.
Complete strangers helped me over the wall at the Spartan race.
Well, and that's, right?
Yeah, there was only 4 obstacles that I couldn't do, and Jason wound up offering to do some of my burpees for me, but to have complete strangers just fucking cheer you on to do shit that's hard, holy hell, it still busts me up a decade later. I fucking love that, man. That is so outstanding.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, just
go ahead.
The
other thing too, when we did that obstacle course race, it was go here, go here, go here. You got to cross that finish line, or you don't get a medal. You get that do not finish.
It's all about the time.
Yeah, and so our race it's not based on that. It's the first 4 kilometers. There's 9 obstacles. If you can get through that, go to the water station, go to the finish line, you get a medal.
Okay,
that's so cool.
You can keep going. The obstacles are going to get harder, but you can keep going. And if at any time after that you want to tap out, go ahead and tap out. You've put your time in.
Wow.
That's so inclusive.
Right? Yeah,
I love how inclusive that is.
That's such a great way to do it. And then you also, even just logistically, you don't need the 3 or 4 different separates for the sprint and the beast and the everything else, right?
Exactly,
it's all set up all one day kind of thing. And that's a smart way to do it.
You're paying for the whole thing, so go ahead and try the whole thing. But if you can't do it, do what you can, right?
That's so great. And then you don't
still
feel
accomplished it.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah,
and that was the biggest part for me. Was I just wanted to do the obstacles. I got suckered into the obstacles. Like I've always wanted to do things like that my whole life. At the time there was Fear Factor and stuff like that was on, so I was sort of into that, and then. I just wanted to climb over stuff, and then it was like, oh, but you gotta know how to jog 7 kilometers in between, and okay, so that's and that one was brutal too. I remember hearing about that from other people after that.
They quit doing it there.
That was almost more brutal than the next one at the end, Red Deer or whatever.
Oh yeah, comparatively, Red Deer was a piece of cake compared to
really.
That one.
Hey, yeah, see, and we didn't do it because it was like. Holy shit! Holy crap! That one was tough. I can't imagine the next one. That was, Hey? Oh, that's so great. So, how many have you done now? Do you know Spartan races and?
So, all in total, this is my 10th year of doing obstacle course races, and 2 weeks ago was May Long Weekend. On May 8th, I actually went in for hernia surgery. Oh. And May Long Weekend, I went down to Medicine Hat to do an obstacle course race. I'm now at 57 obstacle course races.
Way to go, man! That's incredible.
57.
Yeah, Amanda's right there with me. She's got a few years, but she's so for the two of us doing this thing, we got over 100 races experience. So. We've never fun, but
just completing it is a win in my book, man. That's huge.
Incredible.
And so to be able to bring this to Drayton Valley, Drayton's nice and central. You guys can draw from all over the place. Plus, Drayton's always promoting fitness. They're like, get out there and see it. It's fucking beautiful here.
Yeah.
So it's incredible to be able to bring that to the community. And are you guys planning on doing it a yearly thing, or?
You betcha. Yeah. As soon as I first went to the Omniplex and discussed it, then we went to a town hall meeting. And at the town hall meeting, they said, so when are you doing it next year? And I said, let me get this one out of the way. Absolutely. 100%. Let's do it.
That's great.
So and we've already actually,
and I've already got a couple obstacles for next year, and I'm not allowed to include them for this.
What a surprise!
Yeah, they're already.
That it's great to have those little Easter eggs there that you know people can be excited about, that there's going to be some stuff that's different next time, because you know what's going to be popular, what do people love, what was extra challenging, what brought the most camaraderie.
Oh yeah,
you know,
and that kind of thing. It's kind of thing that just gets bigger every year. Like you look at the tough mutters and stuff. It was I remember the first year. It's like, what's that? That sounds kind of fun. And then within 2-3 years, I was like, holy, everybody was going. Everybody from all over was going to it, you know? So, same sort of thing. You can just
I
keep
went to
going.
the Tough Mudder that was out in Vancouver. I drove out there 2 days to get out there, did the race, and literally drove home the next day to Drayton Valley because I had to work the following day.
Hardcore,
it gets in your blood, right? It's one of those things that
when you cross the finish line, you know.
When you cross the finish line, you sometimes know. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So have you lost toenails? Because that's always a big one. People, running down the fucking... Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. Running down the hill. Yeah.
Thankfully, at this one, we've only got one hill, and it's long and gradual, but if you lose a toenail on that,
Your shoes are
your toenails were already on their way out anyways.
And get some good shoes.
Switch from your flip flops and
get out the Crocs.
See, that's if you get some Cortez people going.
Yeah.
They'll all be in their Birkenstocks and their sandals.
Wearing their Lord boards.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have mud? Are they going through the pond or
swim to the pond? Oh, gross.
We don't recommend that. I mean, it's a beautiful pond. It's taken care of, but no. So no mud this year. So it's going to be just strictly obstacles. Next year, where they're looking at developing everything, it looks like we can do mud next year, but right now we can't. So
that's good.
Leave the mud to the tough mudders.
Next year.
All I remember is that mud pit at our Spartan race.
Oh man,
that was like
it was a slog. As soon as you went through that and getting up that first little bit of mud, I was like, okay, now my pants are heavy.
That was the hardest obstacle out of any of them. It was just a mud pit.
It was just.
Do you remember that one? I don't know.
Diaper.
It was right after those sea cans that we had to climb up. And
yeah. They're just there was people stuck in there and all kinds of people trying to help everybody out. And that was crazy. Yeah.
Well, I even remember the rope climb at the very end. That one was once you got out of there, you just kind of slid down the mud thing, and
I think not many people probably made it up to ring that bell just because it was so slimy by the end.
I wasn't even close.
No, I was going to ask. No. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is the monkey bars I couldn't do because they were so slippery. And the sort of wall hang, where it's just a 2x4 long, man, that was tough.
I was way too bulky out front for that sucker.
I was close. I almost made it, but
we have a similar thing in our race. Instead of it being where you grab up high, we're calling it the brute wall. So instead of it being up here, it's actually going to be like down here that you have to hold on to.
Crazy. Oh,
so you're up
a little sort of that action.
Got to be that forearm distance away. It's the cojones grab.
Cojones grab. There you go.
It's not this. It's this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you got, some of those. And you can do the race.
For a different time of year, Valentine's Day or something.
Oh, nice. That's so great, though. I love just being able to come up with your own and design and make them. And are you making most of them, or are you have people?
So we had tons of sponsors, and so what I would do is I would go in and say, hey, this is the obstacle I want to create. I'll put your name on it. I'll promote your business. You throw me a couple bucks and so I can build it. And I tested the waters with it that way, and a lot of businesses actually stepped up. And the sponsorship was amazing, and we have like one lady by herself. She actually works for Century 21. She's not brand new to Drayton Valley, but fairly new.
Oh, okay.
She's like, hey, I'll get my name out there, and I said, yeah, of course. And she cut us a check, and I looked at the check and went, oh my goodness, you get more than one obstacle.
Oh, nice. Wow.
So we've great. Got her name's Deborah Borsa, so we've got the Borsa Mile. So it's going to be multiple obstacles for that one, and
that's great.
Did that, I was like blown away. So
that's perfect.
So having done so many races yourself, was it easy to come up with designs? Like, did you know in your mind, like, this is like definitely a formula you want to follow, or?
Yeah. So originally, back 6 months ago, I was looking at purchasing the rights to a race. Okay. And this race is actually more challenge based. So you pick up a boulder and you carry it a kilometer, right? So I mean, it's more of like a hardcore thing. Oof. And when I discussed it with the guy, I said, I would rather do obstacles. And he said, okay, this is what my race is. And so we kind of parted ways, and developing the obstacles, you know what works and you know what people like.
Yeah, and like the tire flips.
There's some tire
flips. Yeah. Sorry. That was a favorite.
So we've got one of those. We've got a lot.
I can't wait to hear all about them. It's going to be great. Do you guys have anybody filming it, or is someone coming to do photography for you guys?
Yeah. So one of the parents that of one of my wrestlers that I used to coach, She started up a photography business, and she's just like new to the water and stuff. And I said, hey, come out, take as many shots as you want and get some action shots, get all that kind of stuff. And she said, absolutely. So she's going to do the photography.
That's great.
I've got like my one son that both of my sons have raced multiple races with me, but my one, he's on the TikTok,
he's on the socials,
all that
awesome
stuff, and he's amazing at all that stuff. And so I'm just going to basically hand him my phone and say, go
do it,
and get him the video, get him to do all of that stuff. And like, I have a TikTok account, I've never opened it. But he knows how to work it, so I'm just going to give him, like I said, I'm going to give him my phone and let him do that.
Yeah,
that's great. Keeping it inclusive right there too.
You betcha. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you before about like TikTok, and you should be a influencer or whatever you call it yourself. Doing that many races and put it out there.
Yeah, I kind of thought about like the Instagram, the Snapchats, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, you can have it on your phone, but it's whether you give yourself the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't had time to, I'd love to get out there and I snap a couple pictures and let people see. And I do it on my own, like the Facebook group, where I'll say a live video and, I'll say, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And so as it's getting closer to race day, well, I mean, it's practically here, but after we get the first one out of the way, then I'm definitely going to be out there a little bit more, promoting it a bit more.
Yeah, hey.
So
it's Hunter McIntyre. That's the guy I follow.
Was it
Hunter?
Was it challenging to find out about getting insurance? Because I know these types of things tend to be tricky.
I can't say.
Yeah, or it
wasn't hard.
Oh, good.
But there's definitely.
Well, because people can get freaking hurt, right?
Yeah. So you got to have connections, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah.
And I didn't for the longest time, and I got a couple quotes and went, okay, this is what my budget is.
Yeah.
And then miraculously, actually, the lady that runs the race down the Medicine Hat that I went to, she said, well, why don't you use my insurance broker? And I made a call, and wow.
They're already used to it.
They already know their shit.
Yeah, that's great.
And, like that IKEA car commercial, start the car. As soon as she said, this is how much it is, I'm like, I'm pushing send now.
Yeah, done. Yeah, perfect. Checks in the mail.
I mean, Drayton Valley Insurance is like the agencies in town. They've never done this kind of thing before, so no shot against them whatsoever. But it's tough to like it when you don't know what the risk factor is, and
We've talked about that before when we were doing movie stuff and commercial shoots and stuff. We tried getting insurance, and it took almost as much time just to get insurance, just time, as much as any other pre-production stuff, because they just didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
they didn't know how to insure it, and they kept going back to their people, and So, and I always said, if I was downtown Toronto or Vancouver, be no problem.
Yeah, because they dealt with it.
Walk into any business and say, hey, how do you get it?
Yeah, so I guess, it's all in what they know too, right? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, right.
And I mean, there's certain limitations. Like, I mean, there's things that we can't have, and if we do have, then the price goes up. And and that was And believe it or not, bouncy castles and trampolines.
Really?
Yeah.
If you have that, those
are sketchy as hell. When's the last time you were on a bouncy castle? They're scary.
It's like you gotta go to somebody's backyard for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's after hours.
No, that's great. I also you mentioned coaching and stuff. Are you still doing any coaching? Wrestling coaching
not
and stuff?
Anymore. My younger son, he graduated already 5 years ago, and
graduated high school.
Yeah.
Holy
you're
old. Holy, what happened? I'm still so young, and you're old now. What happened there?
I am. Yeah, no, but when he graduated, we both helped out, and we both coached for a couple years, and then through COVID, they kind of shut it down. Then they brought it back, blah blah blah.
Right.
And after they started bringing the clubs back in, I didn't have a kid in it anymore, and it's not that my heart wasn't in it, but my heart wasn't in it. So
For sure. Yeah.
A couple of the parents that have kids in it, they said, yeah, we'll take the training, we'll do the coaching. And
oh, that's great.
I handed it off to them. They're still doing really good. They got some really talented young kids on their squad. So
oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Nice to keep going.
Yeah, I'm happy to hold their hands. Every now and then I poke my head in and, lessen
keep them on their toes.
Kids that I know, and more and more of them can throw me around now. So
that's the scary thing. Yeah, yeah.
It's the old factor. It's the
old bones. Yeah, you just got to play dirty now.
As quickly anymore. So
you just got to go throw some dirty tricks in there. That's that's the way they used to do it for us. My dad, them. Yeah, he knew all the dirty tricks. It was great. Oh.
So do you get to run through the course yourself that morning, or how do you? Are you sending somebody through first?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is Friday is set up. Saturday morning, the races go, like the heats go every 20 minutes from 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock.
Nice.
As soon as the last racer in the last heat crosses the finish line, then all the volunteers that want to race can go ahead and run. So it's an evening race.
Oh, fun.
And none of the volunteers have to pay for that. And so whoever wants to go and run can, whoever doesn't, then I'm about halfway through, I'll call the pizza place and say, hey, deliver the pizzas to the parking lot. And
everybody gets to wind down.
You betcha. Have a pizza party.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah, good idea.
What a fantastic way to finish off the whole
for sure
experience.
You get to watch everybody do it all day and be like, and then that's so great to be able to go through it. Yeah. And then they get in for relatively free too, then almost, right? Just by being a volunteer, they still get to do it.
Yeah. And, you betcha. Yeah.
Do you guys have merch?
We so we have some t-shirts that you could have pre-purchased.
Oh, cool.
Through the site, through Race Roster. I had to have a cutoff date, so we're gonna have
they'd be available then.
Yeah, we're gonna have some t-shirts there, probably not a lot, but if anybody wants them, we're still gonna sell them and then deliver or mail or whatever, depending on where people are coming from.
Cool.
We have I've got these little guys, these little stickers. We're going to give them.
Those are great.
Right?
Those are great.
With the brute on it. So,
oh my goodness.
So I mean, over the next little bit, we're going to start developing a little bit more merchandise, and the designer of the Black Gold Brute, like the actual artist for it, you would know him, Jay. I don't know, Bobby, if you know him or not. Jason Merrifield.
Oh, really? Oh, crazy.
Cool. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he came up with the idea. He came up with the concept. He's got hundreds of pictures that he's drawn now of different, him doing different obstacles and stuff. So,
that's cool.
Go through them all. We're going to see what we want to put on shirts on, maybe next year we'll be like, we'll do a giveaway and it'll be like fanny packs or,
Hey.
That would be incredible.
Fanny packs. It's super popular now.
Everybody loves them. They're so handy.
Sure,
I've seen one
making
and
a comeback. I don't get it, but whatever.
Hey, Crocs are comfy too, and they were on Idiocracy.
There you go. Yeah. And merch is awesome because I bet Spartan Race they make a ton of money just off merch alone.
I bought so many shirts when I was done. I still wear that hoodie.
Show that shit off to everybody.
I freaking wear that hoodie all the time.
Yeah.
It's so thin now, but I don't care.
It's such an ego booster, right? Because people see it like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you've done a Spartan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Ask me about my Spartan race.
So I want to let everybody know where you said raceroster.com.
Yeah, so if you go to raceroster.com, look up Black Gold Brute. If you follow the group, that's the best thing on Facebook. So Black Gold Brute Obstacle Course Race. There will be a group. There's also a page. I don't use the page as much. It's not as interactive as the group.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you join the group, you can, I put links on there constantly to the race, to the website that I did do. The website is blackgoldbruteocr.ca. So obstacle course race, right? So
right. Okay.
we're getting a little bit out there. Like like I said, I ain't great with technology. It took us a long time for us to figure out how to get me on here today. So
we've had worse.
Building the actual website, I mean, I don't have hair to pull out, but if I did, it would have been gone.
Well, we appreciate your efforts.
Yeah. It all looks really nice and good. It looks really pro, really slick, you know, and that's a big thing on how you get it to really grow. And, you know, you see a lot of, I assume you've seen probably way more than I've seen, little amateur pop-up sort of obstacle course races. Everybody tries it, you know, and doing their thing. But it looks like you guys like got her down pat, you know, and
I think we got
a hell of a resume, you know.
Yeah, I think we got it figured out. And, you know, the like I said, the amount of support that we've got for like just sponsorship to buy all this material to make these races, like to make these obstacles, it's incredible. So
well, it's something fun. That's what I was going to say before. Was like for sponsorship,
it's a draw for the
same
community.
When we were going around doing the movie stuff, was any sponsor we went, they were all for it because it was something different than a golf tournament or a friggin' hockey tournament or a bingo or whatever the thing is. You know, I don't know if people do bingo still, but you know,
people fundraise for bingo.
I guess. You know, you gotta make your money somehow.
Friggin' people are signing over money, writing shit off all over the place.
So, can you pre-register and can you just show up on the day?
Yes, so absolutely, you can pre-register when you click on the race roster thing. It'll take you right through it. 5 to 12-year-old kids race for $30. They have to have an adult with them.
Smart
for the race.
Smart.
And so your teeny bopper years, the 12 to 17, they're $40, and then 18 and over is $50. So one of the cheaper races around. You know,
that's super affordable for that, like, you know, couple hours of your time.
And the fun of it. Again, where else? That's what I said about the Spartan race. Even is where else am I going to be able to do this much fun stuff, obstacles wise? And like, you can't even go to a jungle gym or Discovery Zone or whatever they call it and do that much. You know,
Enchanted Forest.
It's
pretty lame compared to this.
and if you do go to one of those places, it's up down. You know, it's only that they're offering, right? So this is going to have, you know, crawling, jumping, climbing. You know, anybody that asked me about it, they said, "Well, what does it all entail?" And you know, you'd send them a Facebook message or whatever, and the thing would be that long because it's, you know, you just, oh yeah, and we have this, and we got this, and it's it's going to be a blast.
I'm so excited for you guys. I can't wait to hear how it all goes.
Yeah, good on you, man. That was awesome. Look forward to it, and hopefully we can share this around and maybe get some more people out. And we got a pretty decent following in DV now, so you know, get her out there, and we'll get her out and have some fun with it. And I love it. Yay!
Definitely.
Maybe I'll get myself in shape, you know, and we can come out next year. And
come out next year, you bet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks so much, man. And,
thank you for having me. It was awesome to talk to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. That was great. Nice to see your face and hear your voice again. And that was awesome. I love it.
It's a little bit older than last time. I mean,
57 races in. I think you know, aged well for that.
Well, that's, exactly. At your age,
I deliberately set up the camera so you can't see the belly, but
it's okay. I put my spit screen so nobody sees my neck wrinkles. Strategic.
We all have our tricks, right? That's why I have this beard.
Show business.
You know? Yeah, that's so great. But even that, though, I think it's almost because you do have a bit of a dad bod, if I can say that.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's a sexy dad bod, but you know, and being able to do that many races in a year, that's kind of inspiring in itself. Even, you know,
and
that you don't have to be the ripped
I'm not
dude.
First, but you know, and I don't care if I'm last, but I'm going out there to do them, and that's the mentality that I want a lot of people to have is, you know, get out there, give it a try. You know, you see that meme or whatever, you're beating everybody that's still sitting on their couch.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, yes, that's true, but, you know, your only competition is yourself, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's all those inspiration things. And I said blah, blah, blah to that. But I mean, like, it's still
true.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all of those things do mean something to someone. And for me, when I'm standing at a start line, And they, you know, I'm looking around and I'm seeing these 20-year-olds that are jacked up, and I'm like, well, that's the one I'm not going to beat, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. That's the best part about it.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right on. Good on you, man. That's
Perfect.
awesome. Well, thanks, eh? I think.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll do our thing. And, all right.
Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate the time, you guys. And yeah, if anybody in Drayton Valley is listening right now, sign up today.
Yeah, go on there, raceroster.com. Search for Black Gold Brute. Awesome.
You can do hard things. We believe in you.
Things. Yeah. If we can do it, you can do it.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, buddy.
Love you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, hey?
You bet. Talk to you guys later.
Rob. Hey, do you remember him from the Spartan race?
I do now.
Yeah,
the name's familiar,
well,
but
I didn't show you a picture before.
And I don't think I knew him to see him really anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But hearing his voice and stuff, I was like, oh right.
Yeah. I just remember.
This is sweetheart.
I remember there a couple times because the Rabbit Hill. So for those that don't know, Bobby, Jean, and I, we did a Spartan race a long time ago. We trained hard for it, and we
10
kicked
years.
ass at
It's
it.
been a decade.
10 years ago, yeah. And we'll show some pictures or video or something, but it was at the ski hill, the local Edmonton ski hill in Rabbit Hill. So 7 times we had to go up and down a ski hill. So next time you're at your ski hill, look up and think, oh shit, do I want to climb up and down that 7 times? I don't know. I remember because we had to do it up and down a whole bunch of times, and because we were definitely slower than him, Rob Perry, because he was one of the types that was like, so we'd be like walking down because it's a sketchy steep hill, and then all of a sudden you'd see just thwomp, 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 3 or 4 people just literally
running down a ski hill,
womp, womp, taking 8-foot strides as they're going down a ski hill and tumble, and so throughout the day we'd see him we'd be coming down, and he'd be like one ski hill over going up, sort of, and I'd like, wave, hi, Rob, and come down, and that was kind of crazy. Sorry, just real quick, the other thing I really remember, not the only thing, but is when we were going up the first hill, and we were about, I would guess, 3/4 of the way up the hill.
Oh, because it was just a fucking grass hill.
It was just
straight
brutal.
Up.
It was just brutal. And then we come around this corner, and all I see is a couple of paramedics and a couple other people, and this one woman was just taking oxygen and just just breathing in. The other one had obviously just finished puking her guts out and stuff. I was like, holy shit, this is the first hill. What did we get into?
Right.
And those people, I was sort of half psyched.
They looked like maybe in their early 20s, if that.
Well, but they were like, different people, because they were sort of, they were not super fit.
Oh, okay.
Either. Like, a lot of the people there were super fit, and they weren't.
Yeah.
So I was sort of half inspired, like, okay, well, if we can at least somewhat keep up with them, then we're good.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. And then we get up on the corner,
and they're dying.
Puking and dying of
they
oxygen.
They got the medics on them.
Holy shit. Oh, what did we get ourselves into? Yeah. But, it was good. And because we were really hustling up the first 1 or 2.
Right.
I think. I was anyway, at least. But, and then coming down was just scary.
Well, I was scared of falling down the hill because they were very steep, and a lot of people had already gone down them. The grass was worn off, so it was like the rocks and dirt was like loose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the first people, they were just running down grass, which was probably sketchy as fuck in the morning because it was all wet. And then it would get really dirty because you went through like 5 or 6 mud pits too.
That one mud pit was it was like
the first one really was
in any
steep.
other setting. Yeah, it'd be like oh shit, we better help those people. Like, this is a serious thing. Those people are drowning in mud. Yeah, but it's an obstacle course race. So it's like strive through it. Like, there was legit people like stuck in the mud.
What I liked about the Spartan race is that you could go in groups. You could be like a group of 4 or whatever. Right. I don't know if you got any kind of a deal on your whatever as opposed to going as a single person signing up.
Right.
But you could sign up in groups of 4 or whatever, and then your team could go and compete.
Yeah, right.
As well. Right. So there was like the one in the video that inspired you. It was like the paratrooper with no legs.
Yeah, no legs and
the rest of his.
Yeah, I think no legs and a prosthetic arm was his thing, and he goes around in full combat gear and a mask.
Yeah,
a combat mask. I was just like, Holy crap!
And all their teammates just.
What's my excuse? And it was literally like I think that I put that on the vision board. I put him on there, and then it was like, well, what's my excuse? You know, kind of deal. It was like, holy crap!
Yep.
We did good. I remember I was jogging on the treadmill because I remember it was like 3.3 miles, so I think 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Maybe is what it was.
Yeah, 5K was the sprint.
Right, and I remember telling myself I want to be able to.
Plus the 20 obstacles or whatever, too.
So I got to at least be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I could jog for the 5 kilometers without stopping, without a break, you know, and I got up to that point and I was happy. And, you know, I was down 50 pounds or more, I think, at the time, too. So it was good. It was definitely good inspiration.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely. It's a great goal.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that they're able to do it yearly and that the town's behind it. I mean, when we were there and the zombie run became a thing.
Yeah.
The girl Carrie that sort of had the idea for it was able to kind of get the different team or different groups together to be able to have it all come together and be a thing, and it's still something that they're doing.
They're on their, like 15th year, I think, or something now. You know,
which is being done at the Omniplex too. I love that it's sort of like a fitness. You know,
right behind
center.
Where we used to live.
I'm so glad it didn't all burn down. I didn't want to bring up the forest fires, but forest fires have gone just all through there. Not forest, but like open field fires. Yeah. Like fires have been like just all through that area. So I'm so relieved that the town was. Drayton. Yeah, that the town was spared and that they're able to do
their ass off. They had guys out there and like. Excavators and dozers and trucks and stuff and pushing the dirt.
Different businesses,
breaking the fire line and stuff.
Yeah.
And lots of, and it's good. It's an industrial town.
Yeah.
You know, and
so it's good that there was that equipment there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really glad that it all came together. It must have been scary as heck having this event coming up and all of that going on just 2 weeks ago, not knowing if the town's going to burn down and everybody was evacuated. And
for sure.
I love that everybody's back and settling in and.
Yeah. Well, 6 years been working on it. I remember, like you said,
6 years. Like, that's incredible.
When he first came up with the idea, sort of about it, and I was like, "I'm all for it, man. Let's fucking do it, and I'll help wherever I can and whenever I can." And I haven't done anything, you know, but they've really rounded it on their own and sharing and promoting it as much as they can, and that's huge, you know. And I think it's great because that, like I said, that kind of stuff can really take off, and that brings a lot of people into town, and you know, there's a lot of other outskirts towns and a lot of people that are just itching for something to do like that.
Well, it's a fun event that's close enough to the city that you could go and very affordable. $50 for an adult to go and do
for 34 obstacles.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
insane.
Like $1 an obstacle.
Because what was the Spartaners was like 10 or something.
I think it was
15?
almost. I think it was 20 for the 5K. It says online, so if you ever want to look it up, you can look up the 5K.
I mean, that's the competition. We won't even talk about them.
Yeah, theirs is different though.
Only the black gold
their own thing.
For sure. That's the best thing about it is there's lots of room for everybody to have fun.
Well, you guys go check out that website and sign up if you're in the area and can make it.
Yeah, we'll post a link in the description. Yep,
it's on the 17th of June, 2023. So if you're listening to this and it hasn't happened yet, and you feel like going and having some fun, go check it out. Yeah. Or if it's already happened, check out the website because I'm sure they're going to have photos and
buy some merch
and all that and sign up for next year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, get yourself in. I was going to say in shape, but whatever. Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Do some stretches.
I was going to make a joke about like I'm really good at American Ninja Warrior watching on TV.
Yeah, trained up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, let's go get some training done.
All right, let's go. I've sweated enough. Does that count?
We'll go polish our Spartan 5K medals.
Polish it off a little bit there. Yeah.
Dust them off.
Exactly.
Fucking, that's the truth, sure. I think. Dust them off.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, that was a great one. That was a lot of fun. And good luck to Rob and Amanda. I've got to say Amanda Town is definitely better half, Amanda. You know, she works her ass off too to really get a lot of this going and stuff. So that's awesome of them.
Congratulations, you guys, on putting together such an incredible event.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations to you, Bobby Jean, for being awesome. I love you very much.
Congratulations to you, Jason, for being adorable and for figuring out all the tech stuff because I don't want to
We got her. I still don't know if it was me or something he did or whatever, but it's working. So
figured it out.
Hooray, we can do it. Love it. Love you guys very much. Thanks for checking us out.
Go do something that's hard because you can do it, and I believe in you.
Hard and fun. Huh? Yeah, that's what she said.
It'll be fun after.
Yeah, there you go.
You can do it.
It's fun during. That's what I like about it.
These are, but other hard things sometimes aren't as fun.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Other hard things are hard.
Yeah.
During,
Yeah.
Speaking of hard.
Boner
Hard out.
alert.
Love you guys. Have fun. Oh, Facebook and Instagram, We Can't Pick.
And
you know what to do.
you just
search We Can't Pick. You know what to
have
do. Find
fun.
us.
No dicks unless that's your name and you're a nice person.
All right, bye.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.